Okay, so before you watch this video, if you haven't seen this video right here, you're probably gonna be hella confused. So I suggest you go watch that. This is basically a response video, so yeah. Literally guys, the tripod I'm filming on right now is so ratchet and so unsteady. I'm kind of scared it's gonna fall over like right on top of me and kill me, but let's just get on with the video. And the lighting is just so bad. It's because I'm filming at my mom's house and I don't have like nice lights here, and it's just not a good area to film, but whatever. It's literally throwback to the old days because I always used to make my videos sitting right here because I always filmed at my mom's house, but now I like always film at my dad's house. I don't even know, it's weird. Anyway, so this is the video that a lot of you bitches out there have been waiting for. I am going to be reacting and talking about and reading comments from the video titled "A Straight Boy Asked Me to Blow Him in the Locker Room." Okay, so I know that a majority of the people that are on my channel, a majority of the people that watch my videos found me from this video. This video actually catapulted me to get 36,000 subscribers and counting. This video is the reason why I have an audience literally watching me right now. This video is such a controversial video. A lot of people have a lot of crazy opinions about it. And today I'm going to be reading and reacting to the comments and kind of explaining myself. I've thought about making this video for a long time, and at first I was like, no, like I'm not gonna make a video talking about this because I just wanted the whole story out of my life. I didn't want to think about that, and I was getting a lot of hate on that video, and I don't want to rehash it all. I stopped reading the comments on that video because it just got too much. Having thousands of people comment like hate, even if in someone's mind the hate is like deserving, like I deserve the hate or whatever, it still is hurtful and it's like not healthy to read all that. So I stopped reading the comments, but I recently went back and read a lot of them. There are a lot of people on the video that stuck up for me or just were kind of like, why the fuck is there so much hate? Because the amount of hate on this video is like astronomical. And before I get into these comments, I just want to say, if you watch a video and you don't like it or you don't agree, you just don't like it in general, just leave. I don't know why people have an urge to write an entire paragraph calling me an egotistical bitch, saying that they hate me, saying that I'm a horrible person, saying that I'm scum, saying that I'm a disgrace to the LGBT community, that I should kill myself, calling me a faggot. There were literally comments where someone said, "You're so ugly," and listed out every insecurity that they could point out, physical insecurities that they could point out on me, which is like weird. Like, I don't know, I've never left hate comments on videos, so I guess I can't really relate, but it's like a lot of the comments I could just tell people were ticked off, but some of them like took it there. Like, it's one thing you're commenting your opinion on what I said, but it's another thing where you're just straight out bashing me. So I basically went through and rewatched the entire video because I have not watched that video since I posted it, and then I went through in my phone and I wrote down some things that I want to talk about. A lot of people commented that the title says that it was a straight boy that asked to blow me, and then in the beginning of the video I say, oh my god, the title's 100% correct, it's 100% true, it's not a clickbait title, and then I go on to basically let people know that he's bi, which, okay, yeah, total hypocrite, so much hypocrisy. I didn't even realize that, like, when I made the video and when I said that, I wasn't thinking in my head, like, oh yeah, like, no one will even notice. Like, I literally didn't put two and two together because in my mind, he was straight. He led me on for a while, making me think he was straight, and he's not out. At school, to everyone else but literally me, he's straight. Like, so he's a straight guy. You know what I mean? Like, it is, I guess, a misleading title, but I honestly didn't realize it because I'm doing a bad job of explaining this. Basically, he's straight to everyone. I'm literally, me and my friend Taylor are the only people that really know he's bi that I know of. Maybe he's come out to more people since then. I kind of doubt it, but anyway, I remember reading the first comment that pointed that out and I started laughing and I was like, oh my god, like, that's so true. Like, I didn't even realize I did that. But anyway, now that we cleared that up, let's go to the next thing I wrote down. So the number one thing that every single person said was that I'm a judgmental, mean, horrible, egotistical bitch and I deserve to die because I was so mean to this boy and that I'm so rude for bashing him and all this shit. I just want you guys to think for a second, put yourself in my shoes. You're 16 years old at school, because this I was telling the story later, like this happened when I was 16 years old, I was a junior in high school, and this boy was coming on to me, grabbing my leg in class, rubbing my thigh in class, saying really sexual things to me, grabbing my ass, and like grabbing it in the middle of class, like in front of people. It was embarrassing, it was awkward, I didn't like it coming from him, and the way that he persisted, like I was being harassed, and I couldn't imagine myself making a video where I'm 100% nice and 100% like friendly, and I'm like, oh my god, so this guy, he was totally grabbing my ass, it was so uncomfortable, I hated it so much, but like whatever, living. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna I have negative feelings towards him. I'm not gonna be super nice and super like happy throughout the whole video. Like, I'm gonna be a little upset and come off kind of mean, which people generalize that as that being my entire personality, and all I do is bitch people out online, which a lot of other people saw that video and then saw other videos by me and was like, oh, he's not as mean as I thought he was. And yes, I rewatched this video. I have it right here. I rewatched this video and yeah, I come off as a bitch, I come off really rude, and on to the next thing. I'm not really apologizing for anything in this video. This is more of like an explanation video. But there is one thing I want to apologize, and I agree it was wrong. So basically at one point in the video, I said that I didn't find him attractive. I said he wasn't cute, and then I said like maybe if he was attractive, maybe if he was a hot guy, things would be different. Which I agree, I shouldn't be basing things off looks, and if someone harasses you sexually, whether they're attractive or not, you shouldn't be into it. And honestly, I shouldn't have called him ugly. It was more his personality that was ugly. Like the way he came on to me, you know what I mean? Like, I never got to know him as a person. It wasn't like we were friends and he was normal and nice to me and then he suddenly started like wanting more. It was more like the first time I met him, he already was being weird, saying straight out, are you a homosexual? And then literally from then on, every day saying sexual things to me, making fun of me for being gay even though he was bi, touching me. Like, he was never a normal friend. He was just kind of a very weird person. And yeah, I agree. He was curious. He was probably confused with his sexuality. He probably didn't know who he was. But that does not mean that I should be sitting here accepting all this sexual harassment and just being fine with it. Okay, I'm going to read a comment that I screenshotted that was literally, it made me upset because this person must be on crack if they think this is normal. Okay, this is from Max Hall. So you do realize that in making this video, Jake, an obviously curious kid who had feelings for you and tried to show affection, is now insecure about himself and his sexuality about himself. You aren't doing anything positive for society by talking behind his back. You're a conceited coward who can't face anything with the decency of honesty. Be upfront and polite, not rude and cunty. This is coming from a fellow disappointed gay student. First of all, yes, Jake is obviously a curious kid who had, I guess, feelings. He didn't like me. If you were there, you would just know he didn't like me, like, thought I was a nice boy and wanted to date me. That was never his intentions. He made that very clear. He wanted a friends with benefits relationship, which, like, we weren't even friends, so don't know how that would work out. But he basically just wanted to do things with me. He never had feelings for me. He wasn't, like, affectionate or anything. Yeah, he's insecure about himself and his sexuality. I was never super mean to him in person. I was sassy to him in person, and he didn't really get hurt by it or offended that I knew. Making this video, I can tell you 100% he did not see this video. He has no idea I made this video because he has called me and messaged me and texted me over the littlest things to talk about me, anything regarding, and like anything. If he saw this video, he would definitely be telling me. I'm telling this story because I was harassed, okay? This is something that happened to me, an experience that happened to me. Anything that happens to me, I'm allowed to share with it. He never said, hey, so since I sexually harassed you in chemistry class, you, like, don't tell anyone, like, this is a secret. Like, no, he never said that, and even if he did, that's ridiculous. I'm allowed to share experiences that happened to me. I'm allowed to share my side of the story. I'm not going behind his back and everything. I didn't say his name. A lot of people at school asked, like, oh my god, Nathan, I saw your YouTube video. Who is the kid? I didn't tell them. I told them, first of all, you don't know him. He's a year younger than us. I'm sure you don't know him. I've never seen you guys talking. And I also told them I don't want to out him. He's obviously insecure with himself. He wouldn't want me telling people that he's the one that did. The only people that actually know, like, who he is are, like, my close best friends. And let me tell you, I'm not the only person he harassed. He harassed another girl years ago, and he got suspended for it. I said that in the end of the video, but I don't know if everyone got to that point because it was a long ass video. Just because he's bi-curious and wanted to play with me, it doesn't mean I have to accept that and like go along with it and be like, oh yeah, you can do whatever you want to me. Like, I found it uncomfortable. The very first time he ever touched me, I grabbed his hand and moved it away. When he said he wanted to like have a friends with benefits relationship, I said no, I don't want that. I think the reason I came off super bitchy and self-conceited in that video is because I was telling a story about a boy who sexually harassed me, touching me and saying sexual things that I wasn't okay with. And I don't have positive feelings towards him. I'm kind of grossed out thinking about him. Not that he's super ugly. His personality and what he did to me grosses me out. Like, watching this video and kind of reliving things, like, it made me uncomfortable. And I think it's like my reaction to that is just to be rude. I know it's not the best reaction when stuff like that happens, but my reaction is just, I don't know. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. I am sorry. I will say, I apologize for calling him ugly, and Jake, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for calling you ugly. I don't think you're that ugly. I think your personality is a little ugly. That sounds mean, but like, I'm sorry. The things he said to me, I'm just not into it. So another part in the video that a lot of people pointed out is at one point I was talking and I was like, so I like went into the locker room and I got my lock and I chose my locker, I put it on, I made sure there were hot guys near me, and then I put my lock on, and then I looked over and saw that it was Jake and he was putting his locker right next to mine, and it like really made me uncomfortable because he was gonna watch me change. So people basically pointed out, bitch, you just said that you're putting your locker next to guys to stare at them, but then you get grossed out at the idea that someone else is doing that to you. Okay, I thought this was clear in the video. When I said, oh, like I'm putting my locker next to hot guys, that was a joke. I don't actually do that. I spend as little time as I can in the locker room. I get in, I change, I get out, and then I go talk to my friends in gym. I don't stare full on at guys in the locker room because that's creepy. And I know firsthand, just even experiences with Jake, that it is uncomfortable when someone's staring at you and they know maybe you're attracted to them. I keep to myself when I change. I just change and I get out of there. Yeah, that's just how I am. A lot of the people that commented on this video basically said that I loved the attention the whole time and that I was totally into it, which I'm telling you right now is false. I didn't like the attention he gave me. It made me uncomfortable and I didn't really know what to do. Like, I'm not someone that is gonna make a big scene and I'm gonna bitch someone out in class, or I'm gonna tell someone never talk to me again, you're so gross and some. Like, I'm not that type of person, and I'm also not the type of person to tell my parents and tell the principal and tell the authorities, notify the police that this boy is touching me. In the moment, I thought like I can handle this on my own. It's not a big deal, even though it kind of was. I made the video basically to share my story and to share my sexual harassment story. And in the end of the video, I told people, if this happens to you, tell the principal, tell people, tell your family, tell your parents. Don't be like me. I told people, I'm like, I've learned from my mistakes. Like, I understand how this can get out of hand. Like, I told him I wasn't into him and that I didn't want him doing it, but that wasn't enough for him to stop. He just kind of kept going with it. So if that happens to you and you're uncomfortable and they won't stop and they're persistent, you can tell people. And I said that in the end of my video, literally the last minute, which I don't know if everyone got to that because I looked at the analytics and most people stayed like halfway, and then once I started wrapping up, they just left. So it was basically me bitching out this kid, telling my story, and then when I get to the end and I start actually talking about like, guys, if this happens to you, tell the principal. Like, once I get to that, people basically left. Watching that video back, I do 100% agree. I shouldn't have made it that way. I shouldn't have acted the way I did. I should have been much more serious. I shouldn't have been making jokes, and I should have been more honest about how I felt about the whole situation. I was trying to play it cool, like, oh my god, this guy was like sexually harassing me and it was so gross. I didn't really go into how it actually made me really uncomfortable and insecure, and like, I don't know. I didn't like it. And a lot of people watched the video and they called me ugly and they said, you're so ugly, you should honestly be flattered and you should be happy that someone's giving you attention, which is a very ignorant comment to make. I never said in that video that I thought I was attractive. I made a video about this. A lot of times people confuse confidence with conceitedness, and yeah, I acted a little conceited in that video, I'm not gonna lie, but just like saying that I'm ugly and that I should be happy that anyone's giving me attention is so not a good way to go about life. I don't know. I expect to find a boy who will respect me and not just like the first conversation we have, literally him sexually harassing me and trying to make me, like, he told me once that he enjoys making me feel uncomfortable, and I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, that's so weird. Yeah, so I hope that cleared some things up. If you guys still have questions or things that you noticed about this video or about this situation that you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments and I will respond to you and I will explain. Yeah. I am sorry for calling him ugly and saying like, oh, if he was hot, the harassment wouldn't be a big deal, because that's honestly not true. Personality is more of a deciding factor than attractiveness. Like, don't, yeah. Oh my god. Ugh, I feel so uncomfortable talking about this because just reliving that. I'm glad it's in the past. I hope you guys maybe understand more what I meant, and if you haven't seen that video, you're probably so confused and you're like, what the fuck? But yeah, so yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope maybe you understand more. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!